Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Tour de France 2020 Pro Team Career Mode with the TIJ Racing Team. And today it is time for stage number 6 of the Criterium du Dauphine. Now we covered 3 stages in the last episode. Stage 3 was a relatively flat stage, not really much going on. There was a few climbs though, it wasn't exactly the easiest of flat stages. But Chris Lawless won a mass sprint and he won the stage, an absolutely fantastic sprint at the end from Lawless. We had a time trial stage we weren't bothered about at all, and we know we're not good at those stages, so we accept defeat there. But another decent stage, would have liked to have won the sprint at the end, but 6th place is certainly nothing bad at all, and we've got a very good stronghold on that point classification in this tour. Now, we're not bothered about the general classification. We've still got a smidgen of a chance with Quintana and maybe Gidic, but I just can't see it. The likes of Roglic, Pino, Thomas, and even Daya's brother, Nairo Quintana up there, and Tadej, the new Tour de France champion, Tadej Pogacar. I can't see those guys all losing 2 minutes, so at the end of the day, we'll focus on these 2 classifications, which firstly are the best climber classification. We have got 3 guys in the top 5, so we are primed to have a choice really of whoever we pick and whoever is in the best condition, primed in the best condition to take that blue polka dot jersey. But in the points classification, we are absolutely bossing it. I talked about Chris Lawless in stage number 3 doing well, and he is absolutely bossing things at the top there. So it's very unlikely we'll be caught for that green jersey. Another 14 points for Lawless though in the pro cycling rankings. He's looking very good so far, to be honest. And again, it strengthens our lead at the top of the pro cycling rankings. We are doing a very good job at the moment in those rankings, but obviously haven't got the strongest team, so we can't win everything. But today it is a day in the mountains and a day for those guys to give it all their medal and try and get some valuable points for the best climber classification.
It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is challenging, and it's an important day for the general classification. It's also important for the mountain standings. It's under threat from other riders, and it'll be important to keep an eye on them. The best solution is to pick up points to consolidate our jersey. We don't have what it takes to play a prominent role. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to join the early breakaway. Good luck, guys!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. With 4 mountain passes and today's programme, this alpine stage promises to be ideal terrain for climbers.
Here we are then for stage number 6, by far the toughest stage of the Criterium du Dauphine yet. 2 top class climbs, 2 second class climbs and 2 sprints, and it starts pretty much straight away with this climb of nearly 10 kilometres at a slope of 6%. So it's going to be a battering one, and there might be an early breakaway here, but it's certainly a different type of start to a stage. I've never encountered a climb this early on. Just bearing in mind, when we get our feed, there isn't, wow, there's no feed throughout. Bear that in mind, there is no chance to get a second feed. It's a short stage, but you know, there's a lot of climbs in there, so we'll have to see how we get on. And as you might have noticed, our main man, the man that we are going to focus on, is Quintana. I've just decided to go for Quintana because it was really between Quintana and Gidic for the man that we focused on. And Gidic is absolutely cream-crackered. Now, Quintana's fairly cream-crackered as well, but Quintana has better stamina and is in a slightly better condition than Gidic. So both of those metrics go towards Quintana being the man to choose. Just makes sense, that does. And as you've noticed, I've put Marder to follow attacks as well, so that he can stay in there, try and get some points and become a secondary option if all fails with Quintana. But for today, we're going to try and get some points with Quintana. But as you can see, the top 4 have pulled away quite significantly. Kelderman's trying to catch up to that front group. And obviously it's only the front 4 who score points on second class climbs. So we'll try and catch up. We'll certainly stay in there and see if we can get in this little breakaway. But if not, we can just control our pace. Get everyone in the peloton to just ensure minimum tempo. I don't want to happen to Marder. He's a little while behind. But I think it's because the peloton is fairly spread out. Again, we'll just tell everyone just to ensure minimum tempo. Don't use any excessive pace and we should be okay.
There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton.
Well, this is interesting. We've managed to put in a really good shift here and catch up to the main guys. As you can see, though, it's a group of 8, so that group is growing quite quickly. And as you can see, the peloton is only just behind. So the guys must have told their teammates to get a move on. You can see that the guys ahead are trying to push forward. Obviously, we've had to put a bit more of a shift in trying to catch them up. So we might struggle to get any points here. But as long as we stay in touch, we should be okay. Obviously, bearing in mind the earlier comments that we can't take any feed today.
It doesn't seem to be a good
And
day
obviously,
for
because we're not bothered about the general classification, if our guys get distance today, it's not really too much of an issue in the grand scheme of things. Yes, we might miss out in the likes of the team classification, but I'm really not bothered. We've pretty much secured the points classification, I think, now. We can't lose that jersey today. And again, there's just little risk. I can't see anybody putting a run together to beat Lawless, so it's all about the mountains now. But as you can see, the peloton, which has got 3 of our main guys in Bjerg and Gidic, as well as Quintana, of course, as joined back up. I don't know how Marder is so far back. Really strange that, but again, we just can't afford to use any feed yet. Can't afford to use any feed. We've got far too many climbs. But it's the best of the best that are going for this, so if we don't succeed, then there's nothing to be ashamed of. Kilometer and a half till the top. Hopefully we can finish in the top 4 and take some sort of points here. So we know we're going to get at least a singular point here. You can see that we are struggling for energy now, but that also means surely the guys ahead are as well. This is when the climb gets really tough. Just putting a bit of pace. We're obviously coming from behind, so we're going to struggle. One of them might blow up though before we get to the top. I don't think it's going to happen though, but 1 point is better than nothing. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind that. And the guys ahead don't look like they're really competing for the mountains classification, so it's a point over our rivals. We'll definitely take that, and a good start today. I'm happy with that. We've got a bit of a reprieve, you can see, with this downhill section before a sprint. Well, Quintana's in the breakaway, so we'll try and get some points, but we won't try too hard. There's nobody there that can threaten Lawless too much, so again, we can just chill a bit now, try and regain some of our energy, and try and recoup before, try and recover before we get to the next climb, which is a first-class climb. But a short day today, but a brutal one nevertheless. So we're coming up to the sprint. We're not going to push too hard here, to be honest. We shouldn't be too worried, I don't think. Again, if we finish 4th, it's not going to be too much of a damage. And I don't think the guys behind are worrying too much about this sprint either. Might as well put a bit more pace in. Why not? Try and win it. And there you go. 20 points for Quintana. Didn't really have to work too hard to get those. But there might be some guys in the peloton who might look to take some points. So we've Gidic. Just going to give it all we've got. We've got the energy. We might as well try and steal points from the guys behind. And Gidic does get 5th. Very good attempt there. I think Bjerg was in there somewhere. I feel like I saw Bjerg's name. Could be wrong though. Let's see. No, Bjerg didn't get any points. Oh well, doesn't matter. Like I say, just trying to make sure that the guys don't get any more points than they should do. But good work from Quintana there. He takes 20 points. And as you can see, the second climb and the first top class climb starts very shortly. So we've just got to keep cozy in this little breakaway and try and defend our energy as best we can. So here we are at the start of the climb. I would expect that peloton group to probably catch us by the time we get to the top. There's still a long way to go in this climb, so I wouldn't be surprised. But it's not a bad climb. It's fairly level, sort of 7%, nothing too dramatic until we get to the last 2 or 3 kilometres. So that's going to be really tough. So for now, again, they're trying to up the tempo to keep the peloton away. We'll try and cope with that pace. If we can take 10 points here, that would be really big for Quintana. Let's watch this space, so let's see what happens. These guys are really starting to put some pace in, so we've had to take some of our feed or else we blow up. And as you can see, we're getting close to that now. So maybe Quintana hasn't got the pace today. At the end of the day, we haven't got to finish at the front of this climb. It is a marathon and not a sprint at the end of the day, I suppose. But those guys are taking a lot of energy. So I don't know if they'll blow up before the top. We'll have to see. But the peloton group's just behind. I don't know if it's worth just slipping into that. So as you can see, Quintana is starting to struggle now. So we'll definitely take a back seat and start to recover our energy, because that just isn't sustainable. But the, Kelderman's starting to struggle now. Not a surprise. Just put a steady pace in, wait for the peloton who's here,
He's being distant.
and just try and stay with these guys. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, and I think we might struggle. But the guys around us will struggle as well, so it's just that game, really. I think it might be worth perhaps getting Gidic to go for it a little bit more now.
I'll take it easy, whatever happens.
But as you can see, Gidic also starting to struggle here. Big group, though, at this stage. I'd expected there to be less. But yeah, Gidic is okay. Quintana's starting to struggle. Yeah, he's blown up. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. So he might not have what it takes. We might have to switch focus here to Gidic. Got to react quickly and hope that he catches up. But ultimately, he's the only man that we've got left here. And I think even he's starting to struggle. Oh, look at this. Oh, my God. Ouch. Well, Quintana is falling back. That's really painful to see. He's falling back massively here. And Gidic is as well. But we could just give it all we've got. I don't think we're as good as some of these main guys, but I suppose what you can say is at least at the start of the stage, we did have a 12-point advantage on some of them who are going to start their road to potentially getting the polka dot jersey now. That's the only solace we've got with Quintana. Obviously, Gidic is the polka dot jersey man, so he's got, 17-point advantage. 19-point advantage on some of the rest, so that'll be really big. Again, there's no point exerting ourselves too much now. We're not going to get any points, so we might as well wait for Quintana and ultimately work together. You know, that's why we've got this team. Try and stay with Kelderman. Check how Quintana's getting on. Yeah, he's not doing great, but just try and catch up to the rest of the guys. But it's tough. It is tough, these stages. Just try and persist smoothly. That's all we can ask, really, of all of our guys. And again, we've got a big group here, so I don't mind that at all, being in that big group. To be fair, Gidic is in the 7th group. That's quite a decent group to be in, actually. And we're at the top of the climb, so we'll get some sort of reprieve. You can see we have blown up, but as soon as we start coming back down the hill again, we should be absolutely fine. We'll get our energy back, so it was definitely worth not taking all of our feed there. As I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but it does hurt to drop back quite significantly. 2 minutes behind the men at the front, but you've got the likes of Bernal in that, and as we know from our Tour de France escapades, he's one of the best. I don't see guys like Gegenhardt and Medouas competing with that, ultimately. We'll have to see, though. But it might just be that we haven't got enough for the mountains classification. We've given it our all, but this stage I don't think is going to play into our favour today. Well, the front group has really started to divide now. You can see that Bernal, Pinot and Fuglsang are in the top group. And the yellow jersey holder, Roglic, is with a hell of a lot of good company back there in the second group. Gidic is our main rider. He's in the 3rd group after the peloton. Is it the 4th group now? No, the peloton's actually at the front now. No, it's this 15th group, goodness me. But as you can see, Gidic is our best placed man. Quintana's just behind him. So again, we can work together, but because we're not going for the general classification, there's little points, if you like, to going for it here. You know, we can't look at all those. The bicycles hadn't generated there. Funny that was. But you know, there's no real point for us pushing too much. We can't get anything more in the mountains in this stage. So yeah, we might as well just chill till the end of the stage. Try and recover to get some points in the next stage. That's all we can really ask. Just tell all of our guys to persist smoothly, not use too much energy, and just recover for the next stage, because today's stage hasn't quite gone to plan, but it's not really down to us, I wouldn't say too much. Again, there's not much we could do. Well, we are losing a massive time, but I've just told our guys to persist smoothly. There is no point going for it. Absolutely no point going for it. We've got no chance of getting any points. So I just don't see the point of exerting ourselves. We're not hoping for anything in the general classification, so we might as well just sit back for the rest of the stage. As you can see, recover our energy, which we have done well. We've got Haig just ahead, and we're working well with him to recover our energy well with our top two guys. And I think this is a decent approach to take. We might lose the polka dot jersey. We might not be able to get the best climber classification, but even if we come out of this Criterium du Dauphine with just the points classification, that's something to be proud of.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
So the guys at the front have finished. The winner of the stage is Pogacar. And yeah, there's just a few kilometres to go till the finish. We might as well just tell our guys to take their feed before the end. Not going to harm anything.
Okay, I'll
Just to get a bit more energy. But we've done a pretty decent job of making sure that our guys don't exert themselves too much. And straight after we knew that there wasn't much hope of us doing much in this stage, there just wasn't any point of exerting ourselves any more than we needed to. So we enter the final kilometre with Gidic. He goes for it, and well, we finished 56th. That's in the top half of finishers, and we also finished there with Quintana as well. That's not a bad stage, and to be honest, we got, I think it was just a singular point at that first climb. But again, tomorrow's another day. Hopefully our guys will have recovered a bit more, and we've still got a chance. But as I've said, we've still got that green jersey, which is half the battle, certainly. So the stage victory goes to the new Tour de France winner in real life, TIJ See, I can never get his name right. TIJ Pogacar. Can't say that one very quickly, can you? But a very good performance to win, and obviously he gets the yellow jersey as well. But one thing that we weren't going to lose today, if the game doesn't crash, that is the points classification. That was fairly obvious that we weren't going to lose that. And we still have the best climber classification, although I doubt that's by very much. But still, going into the penultimate stage, we've got 2 jerseys. We've got to be happy with that.
We had no real ambitions for the
And, well, he's going to whinge, but at the end of the day, we couldn't do too much about it in the end. So Bernal takes 13 points in the climbing classification. You can see the points were pretty well shared. So, again, not much danger, certainly in this stage of losing the polka dot jersey, but I think we are going to lose it overall. That's just inevitable. There's nothing we can do about that. So if we look at the overall standings, Quintana moves down significantly. To be expected though, 21 places he moves down. Gidic still has that best climber classification. He's got a bit of a buffer, but again, I'd expect to lose that in the next few days. Points classification though, no problem. You know, it's going to be pretty much mathematical in the end. I can't see anybody coming from behind to win that. So, a job well done. Can't argue with that. So we're going to leave it there for today's video, but on Sunday's video we will complete the final 2 stages of the Criterium du Dauphine. You can see there's only 1 sprint in the next stage, so that's going to be, what, 30 points? And then there's 2 sprints. So we're looking at a maximum of, say, 130 points, and that's been generous. So we've Lawless having a gap of about 85 points. I can't see anybody making the gap up. So again, we'll try. We'll take any opportunity to attempt to get any points in the mountains. I can't see us winning that classification, but I guess you just never know. But nevertheless, we've got the points classification pretty much wrapped up. That is a positive. We'll get some nice points from getting that. How many points is it? 15 points. Well, there you go. Can't complain at that too much. And if we manage to finish in the top 20 of the general classification, we'll pick up some points as well. Again, I can't see it, but if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like down below. We'll be back on Sunday, as I said earlier, for the final 2 stages of this Criterium du Dauphine, before we go into the one that everyone wants to see, the Tour de France. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been TIJ Gaming. Until the next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.